Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Ooga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, everybody. Did you notice I have a new set? We've been hard at work all week putting this together. The jars, and I don't know whether you can see what I'm pointing at, but the shelf behind me, the jars that are like rainbow order, that's part of my button collection, as is some of the jars over here. And of course, you can see my crystal ball collection. And there's this tall aluminum thing. That's a medium's trumpet. And I inherited that from the late great David Laporte. We I just listened to Lynn Stevenson talk about him earlier today. My friend Lynn Stevenson, who is, well, anyhow, I'm getting off topic. I'll talk about Lynn in a couple seconds. I wanted to talk a little bit more about this new set. One more thing, if you see, I have my collection of crowns right here behind me, and I have them displayed on glass pillars. So I hope y'all can see them. They were gifts. They were gifts from some of the royalty in my family and some of my fans. So I appreciate all of them. I love all of them. And I love all of you. I'm so happy to be here. This is my favorite hour of the week. How about you, honey? How is it for you?
Oh, it's great.
Okay. He's getting everything together while I chat. And I did want to talk a little bit about Lynn Stevenson. It was so exciting to see her, even on camera, because I haven't seen her since way before the pandemic. And we're old. Well, we're not old or anything, but we've been friends for a long time. Neither one of us is old. We don't even use that word. But she was talking about some of the things that she's doing now. She's doing something called laugh yoga, which is really good for your health and it's good for releasing tensions and everything. Also, she talked about her unlockets, which are these little pieces of jewelry she made. She actually gave me one for creativity, and she puts little tiny crystals in it, just all kinds of magical stuff, and they're really amazing. So it was nice to see my friend Lynn Stevens, on Haunting Live podcast, which of course are our friends Chris and Trevor. And so he did a really good interview. And I would encourage all of you, after the show is done, to tune into the Haunting Live podcast and listen to Lynn Stevenson's interview. It was really interesting. Okay, so usually we do the emails, but I only got one email this week, folks. And so I'm encouraging you, please send your questions in advance. I love reading them in advance. And anybody who sends me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com will get their questions answered first on the show. And speaking of answering questions, we'd also like to make an announcement that we will no longer be doing the one card format. We're going back to the 3 and 4 card formats because I think you guys liked it better. And I did too. And quite honestly, I don't care if the show goes to an hour and a half. I'm perfectly content to spend my Sunday evenings with all my subscribers. And I hope there's some new ones out there. Hi, everybody. Remember to like and share with everybody. It would be so cool if I could get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'd really like that. Anyhow, we're going to get on to our one question, and that was from Patricia, and she just left it wide open. She just wanted to know, what is her message from the universe? What does the universe want her to know? And I know that Patricia's kind of at a crossroads place. That's the most. It's a hard place to be because if 1 minute you feel like you have all kinds of opportunities, and the next minute you feel like you have nothing. So it goes back and forth, and you start doubting yourself and getting insecure. So anyhow, the first thing the card that flew out was, oh, there we go, was the King of Pentacles, which tells me that she needs to get in touch with some of her old business associates. Renew those connections, because that connectiveness, the people that you know from the past, can be a valuable asset right now. And so it is time for you to rejuvenate some of your past associations. They can be very beneficial, if not in producing an opportunity and steering you in the right direction. So we want to just see a couple more things. Okay, I do see that this because you've been in a position of uncertainty for so long, it is playing on your self-confidence, and you can't let that happen. If you don't feel confident, don't let it show. Go forward like you're confident anyway. You know you have to do that. But the cards are kind of saying, you're coming off as a little, as your lack of confidence is showing. That's like your slip showing. You don't want it to show. And finally, yes. Make sure that you connect with some of your old start networking again. I mean, just call people up that you haven't talked to in a while. How are you? Let's meet for coffee. What are you? Those sort of things. Because what I see happening here is within 4 weeks you can be bringing something together very strong and long term. And this does talk about pulling in on the community around you. So remember, you're not alone in this. You have lots of friends, and there's people that you haven't talked to in a long time that maybe you should reopen those connections, at least, for now. Okay, so thank you so much for sending in my only email this week, Patricia. So who do we have here?
We have a whole lot of people here.
Oh, good.
Get my mic a little closer to me. Hey, beautiful. Okay, so welcome everybody. Mariam is the first to be here. She's just sitting at home or wherever going, is it 9 o'clock yet? Where are you? Where's Juan? Hi, Haunting Live.
And when you mentioned Mariam, now I know you haven't asked a question yet, but the cards came flying out of the deck for you. So I'm going to start with Mariam, and the two cards that came flying out is a Hermit. The Hermit's positively asked, the Hermit's right side up. So the Hermit's about introspection. And then you have the Emperor, but the Emperor is turned upside down. So that's kind of like a failed leader. But what I see happening here is this talks about you. And it says that this is time for you to trust yourself, not whoever is like when you see the Emperor, that talks about somebody who is selfish and, just selfish and narcissistic, and somebody who will work against you and who will use you. And this is not somebody that you should be listening to, Mariam. I worry that somebody might be trying to gaslight you because you've got two really strong forces going on in your life, and the biggest message here is always trust yourself. Trust your own intuition. Trust what your gut is telling you over somebody who might be gaslighting you. Okay, thank you for tuning in, Mariam and everybody else. And who has a question next?
Haunting Life wants to know whether they will both find the job in Thunder Bay.
Okay. Does it have to be exactly in Thunder Bay?
Sorry about moving the screen around, folks. Just trying to get this setup straightened out so you guys can see the cards properly.
Yes, and make sure to say stuff in the chats, make comments, tell me what you like. Tell me what you want to hear in future videos. Because I read that chat after the show. I sit down and read it all. But we're talking about Haunting Live. And I am going to throw some cards for you. But I got this visual when you said specifically Thunder Bay. And this is why I said, does it have to be exactly in Thunder Bay? Because they just kind of showed me a map. But the map, the towns are really sparse. And I think that you might, one or the other of you might have to do a bit of driving to get to your job. So that's why I said might not be Thunder Bay on the nose, but it'll be on the map of Thunder Bay. Okay, so I worry a little bit about the swords I see. I'll be honest with you right there. Even though it does show that leaving behind stuff behind, because you got the picture of the prodigal son here. And of course, prodigal son's, waving goodbye and everything. So there's this idea that Oh, that's right. That's right. Because it's positively aspected, I think the message is there is about the prodigal son. But I think it's the prodigal son returning, because don't one of you have family in Thunder Bay? But anyhow, it does show that because this guy's got nicer clothes on anyway, there is some prosperity there for you at Thunder Bay. There is enough there, and there is kind of a happy reunion there. I do worry a little bit about the ill aspect of the two of Pentacles, because you said both of us. And I think one of you might have a little bit harder time finding employment. You know, and the Knight of Swords is telling me about going forward, maybe not knowing exactly what you're getting into. But I get back to that idea of the prodigal son returning home. Okay, so it's worth looking at. I would have a plan B.
Okay, well, there you are. Carol wants to know when she will have a job.
Ooh, the cards want to fall out. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So what I get here is the King of Swords, and he flew right out. So when I looked at that, it makes me wonder what kind of references you have here. You know, maybe rewrite your resume and maybe put down somebody different for a reference. Because I think you may be getting somebody. The feeling that I get from him is not that he wants to say bad things about you, but he's trying too hard to be honest and only say things that are 100% true. You know, so, well, when I've seen her, she seemed to do her job good, but I haven't watched her do her job all the time. Stuff like that. It's kind of like whoever's giving you references isn't doing a very good job of it. You need somebody else who's going to speak well of you. Okay, and the Six of Wands ill aspect worries me a little bit, because I think that you've got opportunities there falling by the wayside for you. Let me just cut up one more card before I move on. The Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is you. When I talk about somebody not giving you a good reference, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And I don't know whether it's intentional or not. It might just be the way he tends to talk. Find somebody else to be your reference. And you might find that you get more callbacks.
Okay, well, that was for Carol. Next we have Desmond and Daniel.
Desmond and Daniel.
Maybe that's just one name. I'm not quite sure. A love reading for her and Christopher, or him and Christopher. I'm confused, but we know when their birthdays are.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's irrelevant, but, you know.
It helps.
It helps you?
Yeah, of course it does.
All right.
I do the math. I try and figure out what animal you are. That helps me.
See, now you're screwing them up because they're going, animal?
Oh, I like the Chinese horoscope.
All right, Desmond is November 18th, 94, and Christopher is September 5th, 87.
94, that's 218. No, 94, 82, 90. Oh, so he's a dog. And you said 90, he's 84?
94.
94.
And 87.
So you've got a dog,
Uh-huh.
and you've got 63, 50. Got a dog and a rabbit together. Only the rabbit's a fire rabbit. So
that dog's getting burned on a regular time when it starts chasing that rabbit.
yeah, yes.
Well, hopefully it's a metal dog.
No, you're a metal dog. He's either wood or water.
Well, hopefully you're a water dog. You're chasing the fire rabbit.
Okay, so they definitely want to come out, a lot of them. Okay, so here's your reading, and these cards just came out all on their own. And the first thing you get is the queen, is the high priestess. So this says that, she's kind of saying, there's a lot of things you suspect. Okay, and so there's this kind of intuition here and this keeping of the secrets. So I think that you might have okay. First off, it ends up in a good place. So hear me out here. I think that right now you guys are having a hard time getting down the path, and I think it has more to do with old hurts. So you're either one or both of you is holding your feelings a little close to the chest and not being so quick to tell all your secrets. But give it time, because it comes into balance. You guys haven't reached the point where you can be vulnerable in front of each other. It's kind of like the first time you see somebody cry, or trusting somebody enough to be able to cry in front of them. There's that confidence, that weakness, that vulnerability that you just haven't felt comfortable in expressing. So you've got two people who are cautious, and that's fine. Where it ends up, you've got the Four of Wands. So you're building a community, you're building a circle of friends. I would say it's well worth the journey. And sometimes it's nice not to know everything. It gives you something to discover.
Okay, well, there we go, Desmond. And Penny Lane is back with us here again. Welcome back, Penny Lane.
I always hum that little Beatles song when I hear, the Beatles song, Penny Lane.
Penny Lane would like messages from her guides.
Messages from Penny Lane's guides. And I'm going to switch it up and go to the Lenormand. The Maybe Lenormand, which is a 52 card deck. And I got it on Amazon. So anybody who wants to get this deck can do so on Amazon, I guess. Okay, so we're going to cut it up and see what Penny Lane's guides want to tell her. I'm just going to put out 5 cards. Oops. And the Lenormand does not do reverse. And one thing your guides tell you is that even though the journey can be fraught with pain, the journey is a journey forward. And they're telling you that along the way, everything that happens to you along the way is an Akashic lesson. That's why I see in the eye. And it's I think that you have some gifts that you haven't really developed yet. Oh, good. So hang in there. You've got, you do have a stroke of luck coming to you, and it's interesting. It begins with 10 and it begins and ends with 10s, and 10s are numbers of completion. So you're actually in a transitional phase of your life where you're getting ready to start something new and something big. What's happening right now, the things that are happening to you right now are lessons that you need to learn in order to be ready for something big that's coming to you early next year. And it does assure you that this is a lucky process, although that broken mirror tells me right now that you're not going to feel like it's so lucky. But trust me, no matter what happens to you over the next 4 months, the universe is putting you in a good place.
I need to get some mean about it.
I know. Well, they're saying, well, we're going to break this and break that in your life. And then we're going to give you a brand new opportunity, something that's written in the books. It's almost like you've kind of got an inkling that something big is supposed to happen to you. And cards say, yeah.
Wonderful. Hey, Amanda. Amanda would like a general reading.
And I would like to give Amanda a general reading. It's so nice to see you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And that goes for everybody. All right. So, general reading for Amanda. And we're using the Lenormand again. Ooh. Well, things are going to go back and forth a while for you. And now you have a coffin here, but it's where it starts. So the coffin talks about endings. It talks about a little bit of sadness. It's not a very nice card. But this is a place where you're coming from. So whatever has happened in, say, the past year or so that's put you in kind of a down position, that's played on your confidence, that's made you feel like maybe your path is leading you the wrong way. All these things, this kind of negativity around you is going to dissipate. You've got the star here, and the star overpowers this, because here's where you're starting, and you go pretty fast from a place of being down and feeling kind of in the dark and just not nice, to the star, where you feel hope, where things seem lighter and brighter. And I would imagine that's where you're coming to right now, because it shows in the present that while you used to deal with big problems, now it seems that it's only the little annoyances. So you're just kind of tying up little ends and taking care of little problems, which is a lot better than taking care of big problems. There is a warning to know your own worth. You've got the bear here, and I just feel like the bear is somebody who might be a competitor, but he feels like he sort of stands in your way. But here you've got the main woman. You've got the crane. The crane and the Queen of Hearts, and that's you. And the crane talks about good fortune, and it talks about things going well for you. And so don't let other people play games with you. And if somebody's trying to tell you something negative, double check what they're saying. Make sure you're not being gaslighted, because I worry about that bear. I don't get a good feeling from it. It feels like somebody that kind of wants to stand in your way at a point in your life where you don't need anybody stand in your way, girl, because this is who you are. You're the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Remember to share. Tell all your friends about me.
Next, we have Sonia, who wants to know what the week ahead has in store.
Okay, Sonia, we're going to bring out my newer friends, the Smith Waite deck. We already did the Scapini deck. Well, the lovers are right on top for you.
While Sally's shuffling the cards, just a reminder, all readings are for entertainment purposes only. And if you would like a reading, call the number on your screen. Sally does readings in person at the spa in Stratford, Ontario. The phone number is 519-272-1293.
And Sonia, I have your cards shuffled. Okay, this week is, it is the first week of the month, so of course we're talking about paying bills, and you are going to be dealing with small budgetary issues. So that seems to be the overriding theme of this month, is being organized around your money. And you have this card right here where it's shown. It's the illusion delusion card, but it's turned upside down. And that basically is telling me that there is clarity coming through. But I have a feeling that you have to parse who you let lead the charge. You know, don't be led by somebody you know don't follow somebody you know is confused and misinformed. There, that's how I want to put it. Again, there's this thing about money and balancing out and decisions to be made about the money. And there is this idea that you can keep them from making some really bad decisions. And, you know, when I put my finger on this, the word the past comes to mind. So make sure that the people around you learn the lessons of the past and don't go making the same dumb money mistakes over and over again.
Well, here we are. Sunday night, psychics, readings, taking your questions. Next, we have Amy who wants to know how her August is going to be.
All right. And then can we take a break and maybe look at This Week in Trump? I know we haven't done it in a while, but things are starting to heat up with that.
I guess.
Well, you guys let me know, what do you want me to look at? I'd like to look at something political and current eventy. But in the meantime, we were doing a reading for
Amy.
Amy.
What does August have in store?
August for Amy. Oh, I was going to use those cards, but these are in my hand right now, and apparently they want to talk. So, August for Amy. Okay, so you've got my favorite card for sure. I've got it tattooed on my arm and big, the Fool. And the Fool, I know everybody cringes when they hear that, but the Fool, in his time, there was a pretty sweet position. And the thing about the Fool is he's willing to take a risk. He's willing to grab the opportunities. He's willing to have a leap of faith and step off the cliff. And this is the kind of person that you should be this August. Be willing to take a risk and believe that opportunity is right around the corner. The Fool is the eternal optimist, and he lets whatever little annoyances or crap that life wants to hand out to him, he just uses it as motivation to push him along the path. Okay, overall, work goes very well in August. Work goes very, very well. There is a little bit of tension around the home. The home, the fact that 10 of Cups shows up at all tells me that the foundation is good. The foundation of the relationships within the home is good, but it looks like there are some emotional issues that need to be brought out and handled. And somewhere in August, you're going to get a pat on the back and an attaboy at work. And hopefully, there's a lot of things about opportunity. So don't be surprised if you're offered an opportunity out of the blue at work this month. Because life does want to push you forward and promote you a bit.
So, you said you wanted to take a break. Let's see what the... No, we've had no feedback on that one.
No, so everybody wants to know, This Week in Trump, what's going to happen with him? Well, I'll tell you. Do we really want to look at down? No, I want to look at the January 6th thing, that select committee. Okay. So let's just take a peekity-poo. It's just a 3-card spread into Trump world. See what's going on. Is his head exploded yet? It is moving forward fast. And, I get this feeling that it's going from state to state. So things are heating up both in New York, in Georgia, in Washington, and I read something about Chicago, but apparently they owe him a tax refund. I think I read that in the funny pages. Okay, so yeah, there's still a lot of misdirection, but they're bringing it forward, and look for at least one more arrest this week. Another indictment.
Are you done?
I'm done.
All right.
He's so bored with this.
Totally. Ariel wants to know whether Kurt, who has passed, has a message.
Okay, Ariel, Now I'm going to pull out my bowl of crystals. And
Slide her up.
what?
Slide it up.
Oh, slide it up. And anybody that's seen me in person recognizes this. I just happen to have it on me. But it's really good as far as the messages go. So I'm going to pull out a crystal, and that will be your message from Kurt. And this is the one. Let's see what the message from Kurt is. Okay, and it's an amethyst. The amethyst has kind of a line through it. And it's clear on one side and clouded on the other. And then there's this boundary. And sometimes they call the boundary between life and death the veil. And what he's saying is that he is looking for a way to reach out to you. As you get closer to, say, October, November, the veil becomes thinner and it's easier for Spirit to converse with you. Make sure that you get a lot of sleep because he wants to reach out for you, and I think he will reach out to you in your sleep. But he does seem to say that he is watching over you. So look for more of a communication as we get closer toward the end of the year from Kurt. I'm wondering if this would, you automatically assume that it's romantic, but the feelings that he's bringing forward aren't really romantic. They're ones of friendship, deep caring, but more friendship than romance. But he is watching over you. Okay.
There you are, Ariel. Next, we have Butterfly, who wants to know what's going on between her and Alexander.
Ooh.
Another one that's absent from the relationship.
They say that rose quartz tracks love, but I've actually found rhodochrosite better for that. So, okay. Now, was the question what Alexander thinks of her? Well, let me just tell you what I see, because in the middle, you've got the Queen of Cups reversed. And that's you. And that's you with your emotions pouring out. That's you, kind of focusing in on the emotions that you're pouring out. But you're pouring them toward the King of Pentacles. And you see how they're looking at each other. And the King of Pentacles, he's reversed too. So he can be a little cold, a little bit materialistic. I think with him, he's just taking it all in. He's letting you pour out the emotions, letting you express how you feel, and he's kind of taking you for granted. Because I get the feeling when he looks over at you, it's like, oh yeah, I know she loves me, but she'll love me tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. I don't have to deal with it right now. I can do this or do that. So I'm going to talk about this, the Fool. And it's not saying you're a fool. It's talking about opportunities. It's talking about looking somewhere else. And the Fool tells me that instead of focusing in on what you don't have, sometimes it's better to change your focus because it changes your mindset and it changes your direction. And I think you need that kind of a change. So maybe give your heart a rest for a bit and focus in on something else. Focus in on work, focus in on anything else, just so Alexander can get the feeling that you are not paying attention to him. because that idea of you sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for him is just making him more confident. So it's time for you to break free a little bit and be the butterfly you need to be.
Fly, fly away.
You know, the fact that before you say, but I'll lose him. No, you won't. You might actually gain some respect from him. But sitting and waiting for somebody is not the thing to do. I just don't like the fact that he knows it and he just kind of relishes in it. But we never have control over who we love.
Next, we have Janice. Janice wants to know whether she's relocating this year.
Ooh, nice move. Well, let's see. Ooh. And the cards are hopping for you. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And you are going to be relocating for passion and for love. See what else the cards will tell me about it. But, girl, that's a solid yes. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. You got well, you don't have to be a psychic to know the Wheel of Fortune is a good thing. And things are turning in general in a positive direction for you. And you do have something really nice coming your way. Yeah. That is a decided yes on that. Good luck. And whatever or whoever you're leaving behind, good riddance.
All right there, Janice, start packing. Gia, the model, wants to know what's coming up for her as a career. Just in case the modeling's not working out.
Well, modeling's short-lived at best. We all know that. Well, that might not be exactly true. I read an article about a woman that was in her 80s that was still a high fashion model. I saw pictures of her and she looked good. Okay, so. And the girl's name again? Gia.
Yes.
Gia. Gia?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, Italian for beautiful. That was the one model. That was a famous model.
Yes. Angelina Jolie played her in a movie.
Yes. And I read the book. Okay, so a modeling career. You've got the Hierophant in the middle, but it's kind of turned upside down. So it's saying that if you want your career to last, you need to think outside the box. Because right now you're kind of maybe a little bit too conventional, and you might be believing what some of the older people are telling you, people who have been in the industry a long time. Well, you know, the truth is everything changes. Times always change. And now it's time to be thinking about unconventional approaches and unconventional ways to present yourself outside of the standard norms. And then you have the King of Swords. So you do have somebody coming in who will offer you a new opportunity. And the swords have to do with electricity and stuff like that. So that would be the kind of somebody who deals with cameras and stuff like that. It would be a sword kind of profession. So yeah, you do have an opportunity coming in, but it's something unusual, and that's what you should go for.
Okay, next we have Juan. Juan wants to know whether he'll be successful in his dream career.
Well, one of the things that I'm getting around you is the idea of manifestation. And so if you want to, say if you want to be a carpenter, which I'm just picking something, well, you can't just sit around and say, I want to learn how to be a carpenter. Well, you can't say, I want to be a carpenter, I want to be a carpenter, and not go out and learn how to use tools and how to put things together. So there's this idea of, you know, the feeling that I get is instead of wanting to just go directly from point A to point B, is that reminder that there's steps along the way. Yeah, see, it says, get a move on. Don't worry that you can't do everything you want today. Every day, take a step toward it. Be like the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, even though he doesn't necessarily see his final destination, he still moves forward every single day. Yeah, this is one of the bonus cards, and it's called Temptation. And the idea is you have the youth that's he should be doing something else, but he's laid down to sleep by a river. And here you've got temptation. You've got the woodland spirits whispering into his ear to wait and stay and stay. And no, you've got to get active if you want to realize your dream career. Yes. And don't listen to the people that say there's no money in it, or look at from a point of view of money. You can move forward, but it's up to you to get some action there. And it feels like, I think wherever you're going is something that's not a conventional career, because the four of Pentacles reverse is telling me that you got a lot of people saying, well, you'll never make it, and there's no money to be made here. You've got a lot of naysayers here, and a lot of Debbie Downers, and they think they're doing you a favor, and they think they're helping you to be realistic. But I'm telling you, every day you have a dream. Every day, take a step toward that dream, even if it's a small one. Don't stop, don't give up, and yes, you will realize it. If you want timing, I would give it 4 or 5 years.
Ava wants to know what happened to her kitty Molly. She disappeared last night. Sorry to hear that, Ava.
No, cats don't get lost. They come and they go. Tell me that Molly is spay, please. Oh, she is a little stinker. Yeah, she'll come back. She'll come back. She's having a walkabout. Because I know you have a lot of people in your house. There's a lot of activity, and she's just kind of ducking away from the activity. But when I say a walkabout, she's doing something that makes her happy, which is why I say, is she spay? Because I really don't want her coming home with 3 kittens.
Okay, well, here we are. Missing cat. Hopefully no kittens. Hi, Suzanne. Tanya wants to know what's coming up this week.
Okay, this week for Tanya. Okay, so we're going to start out with this card. And this card, okay, this is a very phallic card. It's a very male card. And when I put it down, it showed up reversed. It tells me that this week you are going to see the worst side of male behavior. Men behaving badly. Yeah, you're going to have men behaving badly around you. One big man in particular. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's just not going to be what you want him to be this week. This is not the week where your wishes are granted when it comes to this person. And you've got another one of the bonus cards, but it's turned upside down. And it's a warning about not learning the lessons of the past. So this might not be the easiest week in the world for you, Tanya. the most positive thing you can do is learn your lessons from the past. If something has not worked before, it won't work now. If somebody has lied to you before, they're going to lie to you again. You know, this just is not the week to give somebody a second chance.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Tanya. Maybe stay at home under the covers.
No, I think that this isn't about her life. This is about one person in particular, and she knows exactly who I'm talking about, and she's probably already, yeah.
Okay.
Male and immature.
Sitting on a throne anyway.
I would suggest you put him in a spot this time.
Okay, who we got next? Suzanne wants to know about the month of August, and she's got an interview coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh, congratulations.
The first of 2 interviews. Hopefully.
Oh, month of August. I think you're going to get some good pentacles here. Hopefully an ace. And not that Ace of Wands that keeps wanting to show up. Whew. Yeah, things are going to be moving fast for you this month. Now, the one thing that I felt like here is that there's some travel involved. So I'm wondering if maybe one of these interviews might have you driving to Hamilton or Toronto or Windsor or someplace. It just feels like part of this is a lot of driving. There's a lot of driving in August. There's this thing about money and just looking at the money and trying to balance it out. I would be very cautious about, well, you were asking about the money. In August, I would be more about planning financially than actually spending money. This is a good week. August is a good month for you to be really, really stingy. Didn't mean to put it that way, but yes, it did. Again, that not learning the lessons of the past. Okay, but it's positively aspected. It really, people who have let you down before will let you down again. But overall, if we just look at Suzanne, as long as you're willing to go, and do some driving, August will be a really good month for you. Don't think anybody's crap.
Next, we have Kelly, who would like a general reading. Welcome to the channel, Kelly.
It's nice to see you. Remember to tell your friends. Like, subscribe, share. Everybody, share this video with your friends, your neighbors.
Kelly, if you missed the reading because of your internet connection, feel free to watch the video again after the fact. YouTube will have it. It will be in the live section.
Okay, so Kelly, and this was this week?
Yes, general reading.
General reading. Okay, so this card right here is a bonus card, and this is the one that's showing up now. That's what I get for saying I didn't want to see the Ace of Wands anymore. They're going to show me the past, but the past is like learning from the past. It's not the past coming back to haunt you, but saying look to your past and learn the lessons of your past. And when it's reversed, it's suggesting that you're not learning the lessons from the past, so it's a good time for you to look back and, know that if it's happened before, it'll happen again. You've got the Three of Swords, but it's reversed. So that talks about swords and the heartbreak falling away. So I see August as being a month that is going to, there's more healing and you're going to feel more healed. So, inside you're starting to feel better. Inside you're starting to feel healed. Inside you're feeling more like you can be sociable, that you can take a chance emotionally. And she was asking me about August, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you've got the Knight of Pentacles, but it's the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So this time, you either like somebody for love or money, right? So when I look at the Knight of Pentacles, even though he is positively asked, even though his position is positive, he is reversed. So this tells me that we've got somebody that might be excessively stubborn and maybe doesn't earn enough, at least for him. Maybe doesn't earn enough to support his lifestyle or something like that, because it just says that he's stubborn and he's always a little short on money. That's what they're giving me. But he's positively aspected in your life. So even though he is stubborn and even though he is short on money, he does seem to be positively aspected, and he is somebody that you can count on this month for emotional support, but probably not alone. Okay, so overall, August looks like it's going to be a pretty good month as long as you remember the lessons from the past.
Well, that was for Kelly. I hope you like that, Kelly. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. In the meantime, just a reminder, all readings are for entertainment purposes only.
And what we haven't mentioned yet, the Ghosts of Queens event, and that's coming up fast.
That is coming up fast. Let me put the, there we go, Haunting Life podcast is up on the screen.
Yes, and that's where you go to find out and to buy your tickets. The event is $140, and that's a 2-day event. It includes a dinner with speeches, and there'll be 3 speeches. One from your queen. I'll be talking about the ghosts of the Queen's Hotel. And the Haunting Live podcast guys will be talking about their experiences as paranormal investigators. And they'll also be talking about and demonstrating some of their tools. And finally, we have a very special guest speaker, Mariam Kennedy from the Ghosts of Dufferin County and beyond. And she will be talking about her experiences as a medium. Afterwards, we will be having a pajama party for those who will be staying at the Queen's Inn, and hopefully you will be staying there too. And we'll be giving free readings, free little mini readings for our guests, and that will be me and Chris from Haunting Life Podcast. And then on Saturday, it's a day of workshops. There will be a workshop on getting to know your angels. There'll be a workshop on mediumship, and there'll be a workshop on reading the playing cards taught by your queen, Sally Diane. And then on Saturday night, we will end the event with a walkthrough of the haunted rooms in the Queen's Hotel, and we will also be using the tools from the Haunting Life podcast guys. And finally, there'll be a seance led by your queen and monitored by my producer. So that should be a lot of fun. Our last event was, we had so much fun, and I can't wait to see everybody again. And you talk.
Well, just want to get on with the readings.
All right.
Next, we have Grace.
Hi, Grace.
How's Grace's August going to be?
Okay, Grace, and I've switched over to playing cards. I kind of got a fancy deck for the workshop in October, but we're going to break them in. And you wanted to know about August, so we're just going to look at it north, east, south, and west. Okay, so the good thing is you have more red than black, so it's going to be more of a positive than a negative month for you. You do have you do have to deal with some some decisions, and they come in pretty fast. One thing the card's telling me is that with the decisions that come to you in August, where you're picking A or B, know that there's really not that much difference between A and B. So don't agonize about your decisions. Just make your decisions and move on. It does look like it's going to be a fairly good month for you, money-wise. You've got the Ace of you got the Ace of Diamonds, so there is on your grounding, there is an opportunity, a money making opportunity coming in for you in August. So this is a good month for you to showcase your skills. Do what they call big up. Don't be afraid to brag on yourself a little bit, but let people know your skills. Shine a light on your skills. They will bring you opportunity this month. Also, I do get this feeling that don't help anybody who won't help themselves. I kind of see that you might be dealing with one or two people in August that are sort of playing the victim card. But, if you're going to just lay down there and accept defeat, why should I help you up? If you're going to get up and put one foot in front of the other and help yourself, I'm more than willing to help you. And that's kind of an attitude that you need to take in the month of August, because this is a good month for you to build your own foundation. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please tell all your friends about me. And remember to like and subscribe.
Divine angel readings. Let's try that one again.
And don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read them afterwards. I love to read your comments.
Divine angel readings wants to know whether he will be changing more with his native and animal spiritual readings.
Okay. Changing. Okay, so divine angel readings. Divine angel readings. Let's see how the readings go for divine angel readings. And I think I'm going to do another northeast southwest. Yeah. The playing cards seem to like that. All right, so that was okay. So what they're saying is that it's a decision, but it's just another set of playing cards. It's just another oracle. The thing that really powers it is you, not the cards. It's you. And so it says to look within and never forget that no matter what deck of cards you hold in your hand, it's your insight. They're just a tool. It's you that succeeds or fails. It also says that I worry about the Ace of Spades just because I worry about the competition around you. But you've also got the Five of Diamonds. So I wonder if this isn't a good time to maybe sell yourself a little bit more. Because you definitely have the potential here in the diamonds in the area of your passion and your grounding. I'm just more worried about the emotional and the messages are kind of being missed for you. So it's not so much the cards, it's you. Have faith in yourself and you'll do well.
New Life wants to know about pregnancy. Is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? How many will it be?
My goodness. Two o'clock feedings, diapers.
That's AM.
Adolescence.
That's just expensive.
Oh, adolescence is more than expensive. Okay, so this one hasn't even gotten to the morning sickness yet. So, and what was her name again?
New Life.
New life, new life, and new life, and new life.
That's right.
Okay, so pregnancy. Let's do a pregnancy reading. One a bun in the oven. Okay, so. Ooh. Yeah, I can see that you do have some obstructions here. I think you might need. Now, keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. I don't do medical readings, but I do see that the very first thing you got is the devil. And it makes me wonder about not just your health It makes me wonder that you have obstacles here. It also makes me wonder about your current situation, whether whether there's tension in your current situation that's preventing you from getting pregnant. Having said that, this tells me that whatever obstacles are there, you can make fall away. But you have to be a little bit more balanced about it. You might need some help because it just seems to be a lot of obstacles, a lot of obstacles, a lot of obstacles. And they're not just physical, they're emotional too. Having said that, though, this card right here tells me that it is still possible for you to be able to get pregnant by next August. So within the year. But you've got to take care of a couple things they're creating obstacles. So check yourself out physically, and anything that's causing stress for you in your environment, remove it. Get rid of stress, get a clean bill of health from the doctor, and you'll be ready for babies.
Oh, sorry, I was asleep the switch here.
He was too. He was snoring and everything.
I'm just trying to find the next question.
Oh, you better watch out. I'm going to do something political again. I looked at Donald Trump. Don't we want to know what's happening with the border?
No. I got way better.
What?
Ariel, who you gave a reading to about Kurt, has come back with a few clarifications. Her real name is Courtney. Kurt is Kurt Cobain, and previous psychics have told her that she has a spiritual connection to him. That's right, a man that shot himself and left a wife and kids behind. What, 25 years ago? Something like that?
There's something there.
Yeah, well, let's see. Give her a reading, see what she finds out about that. She just wants to know whether you see the same thing as all the other psychics have seen.
No, because you remember I said like there wasn't anything romantic there?
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, yeah, I'm watching over you, but
Yeah. So, that was the last question. What are we doing again? It's 10 o'clock. You want to do 3 cards?
Ooh, okay.
Don't seem to have any other questions.
Okay. And so, yes. Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
is it these?
Yes.
Those are the cards?
These are the cards.
Hey.
And thank you everyone for tuning in. Anyone who wants their reading done first next week, remember to send me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. Anybody who would like a live reading from me right here in Stratford, Ontario, can call the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. And I think that's about it. Remember to tune in every Sunday night.
If you have questions, write them down.
Yes.
Send them to us. Save them for Sunday night.
Yeah.
But most important, please give us a like, do subscribe to the channel, and share our videos so we can reach more people and get this, even more people going, have more people, more questions, make this into a 2 and 3 hour show. Well, maybe not that, but because the dog wants attention every now and then.
Yeah, I'll give him a reading.
Okay, so.
So.
All right, so you have a request for Trump. Sonia wants to do Trump.
Okay, and while we're on this, thank you, Sonia. I am going to do some shooting tomorrow because, of course, we have the August horoscopes coming up. So I'll be doing a reading for each sign of the horoscope, and I'll probably be doing a couple other videos. So watch my YouTube channel this week for some new videos. And before we get to the 3 cards, we're going to look at
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Okay. So, the question. So, Where will Donald Trump be a year from now? 1 year from this day, where will he be? I know everybody else around him will be in jail, but where will he be? Just Donald Trump, not any of his henchmen, not any of the people who destroyed their moral compass on his behalf. I won't get preachy, but where will Donald Trump be in a year? Sorry, folks. In 1 year, he will be working on his next real estate deal. It's always the next new thing with that guy, and he does not care who gets, yeah. He shows up as the emperor reversed, which is the failed leader, which is the selfish, greedy king. He's the king that spends all the treasury, all the royal treasury, and everybody else's money on his luxury. I always said that I see him in a city that has a religious, some sort of something religious in the name, a saint something or something religious, and here, none. Here you get a picture of a nun. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to be living in the United States, but he is working on his next big money deal. I wish I could say that guy was rotting in jail, but he, out of everybody else, will get away with it. I'm sorry, folks. It just makes me sick, but that's the truth of the matter. He may have to leave the country in order to get away with doing an insurrection, but yeah, he will.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
Are we at the end? Are we ready for the
We are ready for the three cards. Yes, I love doing the 3 cards, because it's the crystals, and I just happen to have this bowl. And I use this for my readings, and I have everybody pick out crystals, and they get to keep one, so I'm always adding crystals to this bowl. And I was glad to get to show it to you folks. Another reason to come in and see me in person. But that's why I love these cards, because these are cards and crystals. Everybody knows I love my crystals. I got a chrysocolla here with a little malachite in it. And this one, my celestite, is my favorite. I love this stone. Thank you, Felicitas. And thank you, producer, for getting it for me. Anyway.
Oh, speaking of getting, where's the envelope I'm supposed to open?
Oh, people, I almost forgot there's an unwrapping. It's over there in that box. The producer got a package. So I'm going to... And he tore it open. What's in it? What's in it?
Masks. Face masks.
He got face mask. What's face mask say?
I don't think they say anything. They're just a pack of face masks. Large. Oh, right. I was saying about how they're not fitting me too well because I got this large face. Oh, these fit great. Oh, my. A couple of these together, I can wear them as a scarf.
Thank you so much. I think that was from the royal branch of the family in Georgia. Thank you from the producer for getting a big mask that fit his face. They are out there. They can be had.
Yes.
Okay, so...
And all you have to do is complain about it on YouTube.
Okay, so...
That is great. Thank you so much. I just bought new masks this week. And, of course, they didn't fit.
These ones do. They even fit over his beard, which is great.
Oh, they want to see the masks.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, so he does have, he's got a green one, a burgundy one, which burgundy is a great color for him. This one color looks really good on him. Actually, all these earthy tones look good on the producer. He's got a tan one, and a blue one. So thank you so much. And they're all ginormous. There you go. But they fit him.
Yes, they do.
So thank you for everybody for your patience. So we are going to do the 3-card spread. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, or 3. Which one do you choose this week? If you've chosen number 1, what you've chosen is kyanite. And I love kyanite. It's a nice blue stone. It's very protective. I think it says empowerment, which I can see that with kyanite. Whenever I hold it, it's just
Slide
like,
it down a bit.
oh,
There you go.
I actually have one sitting over there, but it's out of my reach. But kyanite will protect you from negativity, and this tells me this week is going to have, you're going to have a good spiritual connection, and your guardian angels will watch over you. So, did you pick number 2? Number 2 is moonstone, and moonstone, it says goddess. But we all know that moonstone's it's a very spiritual stone. It's a very psychic stone. And it does talk about dreams and the nighttime. So you are going to have, the word nighttime keeps coming out. So anybody that's chosen number 2 is going to have some intense dreams this week. And maybe a little nighttime fun too. And then finally, if you chose a number 3, you chose pyrite. Pyrite, which is sometimes called fool's gold, but it's associated with wealth, and this is going to be a good year for you, a good week for you to build on your wealth. It's pyrite's it's got iron in it, so it does talk about being grounded, well grounded. So make good, solid decisions this week about money, and that should pay off in the long run. Basically, every decision you make about money, ask yourself, well, what would my tomorrow self wish I did? Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in again next week at 9 p.m. for Psychic Sundays Live with my producer and your queen, Sally Diane.
Have a good night, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe.